Peace, family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I want to do is I want to talk to my chosen ones about the enemy, opposition, animosity will always show and pull to the forefront. And we all know that because we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and that is just how the flow works out here. But what brought me to this subject today was I was doing like some little gaming in between my workflow yesterday, and one of my associates on the game, me and him already had a couple of these already, right? And I realized this kind of went hand in hand with the last video I did with, you being yourself just makes them look bad. This associate of mine who we game with, he always gets to hear how I interact and engage with my daughter. He knows that she's with me week to week. He knows that I am very hands-on kind of ancestor / parent to her. You know what I'm saying? And he's one of them people who paints them images of he would like to be in that position, or he would like to do these things or do those things, but he isn't taking the steps. And I remember one time I had asked him something about why is he not in his child's life or something, and he gave me some bullshit ass excuse of his daughter is doing, or the BM is doing like some run around the world with his son, and he don't have no way of contacting his son. Even though everybody has social medias, he can reach out through people, he don't. And I knew he held some animosity because it was like the night before, a couple days ago, one of our other buddies was on, but my other buddy, he has a newborn. So my other buddy, he's in his newborn's life with his girl. They're doing the in-house thing. And then you have me on the other end of the headset who's got the full-time daddy duties, and I'm taking care of mine. And then here you are on the other end of the spectrum, but you are not applying yourself in the same manner. So when I got to this space of understanding, like, okay, I see that he's holding some kind of animosity towards what he's not doing in his life. And I realized, like, that kind of went hand in hand with the rest of the stuff that I had going on out here and running into and engaging with, was that a lot of these beings hold a lot of animosity towards us because of things that they are not doing. And even though we are not fully responsible for their actions, we don't have to hold any responsibility for it. We still have to wear that weird energy of them having this thing in their spiritual world where they are feeling lesser and not good enough, and then they're seeing us, you, me, them, and then we're walking in our highest light and in our most genuine, sincere energy that we can possibly walk in, even if it always isn't the best. I'm gonna just bump this down a little bit because it's a little distraction. I just started filming, and she just started throwing stuff in the water right beside me. So instead of me being rude or inappropriate, I'm just gonna move down out the way so we can finish doing this. So yeah, so that's usually the flow out here. I apologize for the move around. But you got to work around all kind of distractions when you're out here in the universe and people are really inconsiderate, and that's just part of the flow. But y'all done seen me engage with multiple different beings, whether it was, them asking questions or them being witchy as fuck and me having to direct their ass out the way of what I'm doing right now. But he showed his animosity through his responses of hearing how I engage with my child, and then hearing my other associate, my other buddy, engage with his child. And it just kind of compiles, when you're constantly in a space of feeling weak, lesser, or like some shit, and then you're around another being who's stronger, more spiritually grounded, they stand more firmly on their beliefs, you know, things are just a lot more solid and solidified, it's gonna make you feel some certain type of way. Because a lot of these things that we be doing and happening is like things that these other people in oppositions really be working hard for. Like, they work really hard, and it still doesn't happen for them the way that they would like for it to happen. But the thing is, with us, it flows naturally for us, so it's not the same process as it is for them. What they're busting their butt in to really have to do, hey, it's just flowing like water for us over here. You know, we talk about ourselves and what we have going on freely, and our fruits just start falling everywhere. But as we're walking and our fruits falling everywhere, all the people around us that don't have our kind of fruits or similar, they're looking at us and they're at the fruits like, oh my God, I wish I could have some of that. Oh damn, how are they producing that fruit? Oh, I would like some of that fruit. Oh, those veggies look amazing. Oh, where did you get those spices from? Like, they're in awe of this whole process. And what's crazy is they can be around us and see our engagements and how we interact and our movements for the day, for the week, for the month. They can be around us and feel it and see it, and they would still be lost in the sauce and still have this weird animosity projecting from them. You already know the animosity is a hidden hatred. It's a recipe. Animosity, everything is a recipe. Everything's on a percentage scale. So animosity you have to look at like a recipe as well too. It's a recipe. So it's their dislike for all the shit that they're not doing. It's their awe of you, which is mixed in there well, and a little bit of their hatred of you because you are doing something that they're not doing. You know, it's all these little ingredients that you mix into the pot in order to get your final results. You know what I'm saying? So it's always more than just one piece of ingredients. So it's kind of like the potions and the spells that the witches work. So I know a lot of us saw Hocus Pocus when we was little, or Bewitched, or like, it's a handful of witchy movies and TV shows that they got to make witches seem like good. But if you really notice, the witches are only using it for their own gain. You know, it's never really a big community game where you see any of these witches using their powers and abilities in the movies. That's how you have to understand that they are using this shit at an evil, demonic level and frequency. It has to be known. So just moving around and adjusting, I kind of tweak some stuff over here. So let me just get this mic back up here so we can stop having that issue. All right. But yeah, the ingredients, it's always gonna be a few ingredients that you gotta mix into the pot to get the animosity. But me and him are no longer associates. I don't game with him. I unfriended him. I tell everybody, you cannot be afraid to block, remove, delete, and remove people out your life that got weird energy. When I would get on the games with him, anyways, when I'm in my workflow, I wake up in my workflow, hit my work, doing this shit right here in the computer, listen to my videos, and then in the meantime, once I get this part knocked out, I hop on my game for a second. If he's on here in between while I'm in my digital space and he's complaining and doing all of this shit, it's shifting my vibration, because that's not the energy that I was creating for myself. I know how to create the energy for myself. I don't have to go suck it and pull it from somebody. Yes, I do like borrowing energy from people. Don't get it fucked up. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, so I do love borrowing energy and, you know, people sharing their energies with me. But I know how to charge myself up myself. I know how to build my energy up myself. I can go isolate myself and get my shit right. I could be around a bunch of people and still physically box myself off in, like, because you know you're gonna be given your 3 feet, so nobody's gonna just be on top of you. So I still can box myself off and still get into my isolated space to still create that energy myself. I don't need others' energies. I want others' energy. So it's a difference for me. But I knew it was bad animosity with him because yesterday it just kind of exploded. And I was just thinking to myself, damn, I got up for a second to help my daughter with something after I finished the game. We playing 2K23 basketball, you know what I'm saying? So I got up to help my daughter with something for a second, just to like get her situated, you know, get her chair, I think she was like drawing or doing something then, but I was getting her set up closer to the table. But in the process of me getting up doing that, it had started another game. And when I noticed it, when I went back to the screen, I was like, oh shit, my bad, fellas, my bad, fellas. It was a handful of a song, like 4 or 5. I'm like, my bad, fellas, my bad. I got up for a second. I was helping my daughter with something. I was already explaining and breaking down the situation. And it was like this motherfucker just chose to ignore my bads and my apologies because I noticed that it had restarted already. And I already know how his energy is. I know the rest of the guys is not tripping because we all be fucking lollygagging sometimes because they know I work digitally. Some of them have to get up and do other shit in the process too. So most of us have a understanding that we got shit to do, even if we are using the game. And then some of us are also on daddy duties too. I'm on daddy duties and I got motherfucking my business shit. Boy, you gotta chill the fuck out. So he snapped. He was like, man, fuck this nigga. Let's go somewhere else. Fuck this nigga. And I'm just sitting over here to myself. I'm like, damn. I said, bro, you ain't gotta carry that kind of energy with me. I said, I already apologized. I told you I was getting my daughter and he literally is like in such a weird animosity place that he's been holding that he is not hearing anything that I'm saying. He is just being belligerent right now. I said, you got it, Callie. I said, you got it. And boom, I got myself out of the goddamn group that they was in, the friends group that we was all party chatting in. And as soon as that happened, I unfriended his ass. Motherfucker, this has been 3 or 4 times. You done just randomly just blurted and brought this energy around. Motherfucker, this is who you are. I don't need this energy. I already received this energy from other places and spaces. So if I don't have to receive it from here, I'm not going to. Simple process. And from there, it was, you know, you have the pairs that's in the middle that really don't know which way to go and which way to side. But I'm one of the motherfuckers with, like, one of those kind of situations is not the end of the world. I don't give a fuck if you choose a side or not on a percentage scale. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be lower on a percentage scale if you choose a side or not. Because at the end of the day, like, this is a median ground for me. You know, like, this is like what I'm just doing while I'm doing my digital work and shit in between too, bro. Like, but that was just a recent situation. I could think of numerous situations where it was a lot of animosity that was being built up just from me being me. You know what I'm saying? I never been around other beings and felt the need to, like, not want to be lit with them or share their high vibrations with them. If they feeling down and bad, then damn it, my spirit will feel what they feeling, and then I am trying to pick their spirits back up. You know what I'm saying? But I have never been one of them people that just lived in all this weird fear and animosity and estranged energy and shit, you know what I'm saying? So just for me, just the process of it has always been a little mind-blowing, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna run it up too long. I can see that they're about to start talking in the middle of me filming, so it's all good. Tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.